What is up, everyone? It's me, the comic outlaw, Jack Slater, back again. And you know that I love Funkos. And it's Funko time. Funko time, yes. And this is Kraven the Hunter. Check it out. Boom. Alright. Now, Kraven made his appearance in 1964. Amazing Spider-Man issue 15. Now, Kraven, it depends on what you're watching. Like, his powers have been augmented somewhat at different times, but basically he has like an enhanced sense of scent, and that's pretty much it. He's like an Olympic like athlete, like Captain America. You know, he can fight, he can throw people around. That's why he's a master Spider-Man in hand to hand. He's a brilliant tactician, and of course he hunts. So very interesting character. He's been in a lot of incarnations of Spider-Man. I think almost all the cartoons. And there's a notable one where he finds out he's going to die. And he kidnaps Spider-Man, buries him, puts on the black costume, not the alien costume. I'm not going to... Just want to answer that now. Puts on the Spider-Man black costume and goes out and just kicks ass. And then at the end of it, he kind of pulls off the mask and shoots himself. But he's been brought back to life, and you know how it is. People don't really die in comics. But yeah, look at that. Gonna make a great addition up there. You know how I like my villains. And he's sort of a villain. He's sort of not. Like I said, it depends on what you're watching. The 90s Spider-Man, the Spider-Man show, that one goes Spider-Man. He actually sort of becomes a good guy after they help him, cure him of the stuff he was drinking that gave him augmented powers. Like I said before, it really depends on what you're watching. Ultimate Spider-Man, I thought, was very notable. He used a lot of modern gadgets, like technology, to kind of beat out the foes that had superpowers and traps and stuff like that. And it led more to him being a tactician and planning ahead, but yet his own hubris would get the better of him. I'm not gonna... It's worth watching the cartoon about Kraven. It's interesting. It involves White Tiger. Very cool character too. Actually, the Ultimate Spider-Man was a great run. Next to the 90s one, and it's a great show. Yeah, but let's check out Kraven the Hunter. Whew, gotta love that, huh? Didn't even need the key to the city. Well, and of course, here one more time so you guys can see who else he's supposed to come with, number and everything, fourth little box, because I let him out. Okay, I love this about all the Marvels, and I've often said this, that I like the fact they're bobbleheads. A lot of the DCs, some of them are bobbleheads, most aren't. But Marvel, you always get bobbleheads. Like, yeah, check it out. Very detailed. I mean, for a villain that pops up a lot in Spider-Man, you know. I wonder if sometimes they just pick guys based on, ooh, I like him, or I want to do this character. I would actually like to see an Electro. Like the old school Electro. Yeah, I know he had weaknesses and stuff like that, but I thought the costume was hilarious. The big star green costume. Now you're probably wondering where he got his digs from. Very African, because he was an African hunter. That's how he got started. You know, he was hunting animals in Africa, and then he basically just killed everything, hunted everything. He was a guide for a while, and he just went off to hunt bigger game. And like I said, in a lot of the mythology and stuff like that, it's always like a Pride Before the Fall with Kraven. Really check that out. He has a little 70s goatee slash 70s porno. I am Kraven. I've come to spear you. I've come to hunt you down. Very cool. I mean, he stands up very well. Like I said, it's a combination like a lion's mane, you know, like a cheetah, leopard imprints, you know, stuff that he's hunted. And he kind of believes, like I said, the definitions have changed over the years. I always thought it was interesting that he consumes their power and he achieves their power somehow. And I have no idea what they meant by consume. They kind of left that vague. But yeah, he's pretty cool. He really teamed up with certain villains, but he was mostly by himself. Like I said, he's had a very on and off relationship when it comes to Spider-Man. Spider-Man's had a wide cast of villains, and it's interesting because you always expect Doctor Octopus. And by the way, Doctor Octopus sucked in Ultimate Spider-Man. That was a big turn in the punch bowl for me, was the way they mistreated Doc Ock. They did a great job on Kraven and several other characters, but they really mistreated Doc Ock in that one. Really didn't like the story. Here, watch, check it out. Let's see. Good old Kraven. Doesn't he just seem to bring out the hunter in all of us? Maybe that's the problem nowadays. We don't hunt. Modern man shops for clothes, cars, boats, money, paper. Where's the thrill of the hunt? Where's that drive deep inside of you? That beating of your heart? You can hear those savage drums. Always the drums beating and beating inside of you. Where is that savage of a man? Maybe he's trying to consume all he can now. When did the savage become the consumer and just non-stop consumer? Maybe we consume because there's nothing left for us to hunt. Or maybe there's savages among us. Savage acts get done, savage deeds, for wicked or righteous reasons, if you know what I mean. But how long in your boring, mundane life before the hunter inside of you comes for you? He calls to you. Where will you stand then? Will you find your inner wolf? You know what, this character reminds me of a story. Story of a boy talking to his grandfather. The grandfather tells him there's two wolves inside of you. One is angry, mean, jealous, spiteful. One is joy, humor, love, light. And the boy, scared, goes, well, which one inside of us survives, grandfather? Which one wins? He looked at him and goes, well, it's the one you feed. So, which wolf do you feed? Which one calls to you in the middle of the night? Or maybe then in that moment, you may not be the hunter. You may be the prey. But you'll never know that until the day comes, huh? Until that day, you'll either bear teeth, tooth, and claw, or you'll die swiftly, without delay. And again, yes, this is the Comic Outlaw. Forgive me, I digress on the little roads of madness. But this is Kraven the Hunter, Funko. And I highly recommend getting it. Very cool. It's definitely going up on my shelf. I love the way that it stood, as you guys can see. The spear's a nice touch. I mean, I got it for the detail. I'm not a super huge Kraven fan. I think he's cool. But I love the detail that he went into this Funko. Like I said, I'm going to do a little spin around so you guys can kind of see what's going on. He's shaking it for you. Alright. And again, I will be back because I usually go from place to place, surfing multiverse through multiverse, and you never know what I might find. So, this is Jack Slater, and I will catch you on the flip side.